Yeah, the internet smokes way too much weed. It has short-term memory loss for sure.
We are on episode 2, correct?
Yes.
We are in episode 2. It starts with food.
Are you gonna be watching the Mike Tyson fight, Tom?
Yeah.
Me? Absolutely.
I want to have a party. I'm gonna get temporary face tattoos, like Mike's.
Team Mike.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here, Breaking Bad again, season 5, episode 2, final season. Tom, what happened to episode 1?
All right, I'm just going to read this off the internet. It seems to be quicker. In a flash forward, a ragged, bearded Walt living under a different identity has breakfast at Denny's restaurant in Albuquerque on his 52nd birthday, a little over a year into the future. He pays for and receives a key from a patron, which he uses to open a car trunk containing an M60 machine gun. In the present, news of the 3 deaths at the senior center Casa Tranquila spreads as Walt heads over to see his family. Walt uses a giant magnet to destroy evidence of his and Jesse's activities that is stored on Gus Fring's laptop in the police evidence lockup. I don't like how it says Walt. I mean, come on, it was a team effort. But yeah, that was
a fun team effort, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a magnitude team effort.
Well,
I also didn't notice that he was
Jesse.
I know, right?
I didn't notice Walt was at Denny's. What did he order?
Yeah, it
like
was
they all have funky names. Is it like did he get a grand slam? Did he get moons over my hammy? Like, is there some sort of Easter egg there?
I don't recall
my
him
knowledge.
Food.
Yes, he had food. He broke up the bacon and did 5-2 on his plate.
That's right. We commented on that
because it's season 5, episode 2.
Oh, that makes sense.
That was
episode no, we're watching 5-2.
Yeah, we're watching.
That was 5-1. Well, clearly, even Walt.
Blur, you're confusing and shit, man.
I wasn't even here last episode. It's like.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's great. You got cut out.
I was, yeah.
Well, he's gonna be cut out. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I don't know where this is. I mean, didn't it say in the synopsis? Didn't where Mike came and confronted Walt?
No, it doesn't say anything about that.
He held the gun right to his head, and Jesse got in the way, and he was like, "Whoa!" I'm like, Mike seems, I don't know, pretty freaking pissed off. Oh yeah, and then they talked about the laptop, and then we had a discussion about the laptop where it's like doesn't make sense that because there was another scene where he had like 6 cameras on his laptop and he's recording all that freaking video feed. He's got a fucking data server in his fucking laptop. But anyways, then they go ahead and they destroy the laptop, which means that if maybe there's other video and stuff elsewhere, or maybe they're just tying that up, and that was it.
Yep, we'll just have to see.
Best part that we have to see.
That's right. Seems like the season's getting off quickly. Well, that's what she said.
I don't think that's nice. I think that's if you get off quickly, not good. No good.
I mean, never mind. Okay. Do we have anything to add, or are we just blamming right into it?
Are we gonna discuss the question before or after?
Which question?
That Gus question with Derek.
Oh, I want to discuss it now.
No.
Let's do it right now. Why not? They can skip this part if they don't want to hear it and go right into the reaction. Might as well talk about it now.
Can you read the?
I have the question up here. I was prepared. Okay, so Derek asks, do you think Gus really would have made good on his threat to kill Walter's family, including Walt Jr. and the baby? And he says that his friends had different opinions on that one. Maybe we could discuss on this episode. So pretty much just, do we think that Gus would have gone after, would have made good on that promise to kill Walt's family?
Walt's familia.
It's a very, very difficult question. In my head, I thought yes until then I read the comment, and then I was like,
Well,
I don't know. I mean, like, when his friend or partner was shot in the head, and then, like, there was another comment that he became, just kind of like a robot. Maybe. But then, brings up the question about what happened with the kid. Before, not obviously the Lily of the Valley kid with Brock, but the kid before where Gus said, all right, no more kids. But then was he inferring, all right, get rid of the kid because the kid ended up dying? But we never got to see whether that was really what Gus thought, because then, Walt fucking ran him over with a car. So I don't know. We don't really get a good glimpse into Gus's, like, morality, humanity, I guess is a better word. Everything is just, like, logical, like, concrete, operational. So I don't know. I can't answer the question yet until I'm going to hear what other people say and get some more information.
I think that he would not have. I think that it was threats, and I'm trying to think back, and I don't even know if he ordered the execution of Tomas. Like, I think he might have just, and obviously this is all, and maybe this is me just wanting to like Gus, but in my feelings, it's like he said no more kids, and the two drug dealers said, all right, we'll take care of it ourselves. I don't think, isn't there a spot where after Walt runs over the two drug dealers, doesn't Gus say, like, he didn't give him a chance to take care of it himself? I think when they're out in the desert, he says that.
Those two dealers of yours had just murdered an 11-year-old boy. I heard about it. He should have let me take care of them.
I could be wrong. But anyways, my feelings are that he didn't harm Tomas. He didn't plan that. He didn't order it. And I also think that there's, when Jesse says Brock was poisoned in the hospital when they're meeting in the little chapel or whatever it's called, Gus has a look like, how did that happen? And I just get a vibe that he would not hurt Skylar, Holly, and Walter Jr. I think that he threatened it, and when push came to shove, he would off Walt in a second. And that's probably what would happen. And I think that he would off Walt and force Jesse to cook for him before he would hurt Walt's family. But that might just be me wanting to like Gus.
You're the only one who's watched this multiple times and has been able to actually catch a lot of intricacies that we haven't. And I like that this is probably close to the first time we've actually been able to have a conversation with us about.
I know, right?
About your real thoughts without having to worry about.
Yeah. In fact, when you guys, there was a long pause after I got done talking. I'm like, did I say a spoiler?
No,
we're all thinking.
Katie.
Yeah, like because I remember when they're in the chapel and they say he was poisoned, and Gus is like, what does he say? How could that be? I think is what he says, and he has a look like who did that? And I don't know. I just kind of feel like there is, like, I just don't think Gus would I just don't think he would. He wouldn't go that far. I think he would just kill Walt and deal with the consequences of Jesse saying he's not going to cook. Maybe force him, maybe, I don't know. But I just don't think he would. I don't know. That's just my feelings. So, there, I've said my piece.
Katie?
No, I agree with everything. I think that Gus wouldn't have. No. I think absolutely would have just taken Walt out. I think the only reason that Walt stayed alive as long as he did was because of that one piece of humanity in him, whatever he saw in Jesse and Walt. I think that was literally it. I think he would absolutely not go after his family. No. I think a lot of the show he was a monster. And I think some of the things that happened were because he deals directly with other monsters, but none of it was really directly him. So I just think everything was by proxy. I think he told those guys to take care, like, no more kids, and that's just how their minds were like, okay, we'll take care of them. And that's how they take care of it. And I don't think I think if Walt hadn't killed them, I think Gus probably would have gotten rid of them based on that.
Exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
But we never got. I don't remember that conversation, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen because Tom, you've watched it so many times that I missed the one sentence where you said you should have let me. You should have given me some time.
Yeah, because he asked Walt, "Are you sick? Are you this? And because he goes, no sane man would do what you did." And then I believe I'm pretty 90% sure there's some kind of a comment that is like, I would have taken care of it or something. I'll have to go back and watch, but I could be wrong.
And Blue? What do you think?
I think the opposite. I think he wouldn't have killed his family, but I think he would have maybe abducted them, maybe tortured them into but maybe he would have done everything necessary to, because it's his kingdom, he can't afford, he's so calculative, he was he was so calculative, he wouldn't have let anything get in his way. He would have done anything possible to make things right. The killing part I'm not sure about, but I do think that he would have maybe kidnapped them or torture Walt in the mind ways, maybe send Walt pictures of his son, or keep his son close to him, or his daughter maybe, just be around his family so that he always feels threatened. Maybe not hurt them directly by killing them, or by maybe just torturing Walt mentally.
So one thing I would like to remind is that he didn't threaten that if Walt wouldn't cook. He fired Walt and said if he interfered with taking care of Hank, that he would kill his family. So just out there, he's not saying cook or else. He's saying if you interfere in any way, this is what's going to happen.
Right. All he wanted was Walt out of the picture. That's it. It had nothing to do with his family. That was just his attempt at.
Hank is his family.
Well, yeah, but he the threat was against his direct family.
Well, against his innocent family members. Well, Skyler's not so innocent anymore.
Skyberg.
Against what is perceiving as the weaker family members, I guess. Because Hank is his family. I think that's his brother-in-law. I mean, granted, Hank, is a DEA agent, and he's not completely outside the plot.
I think
people are just collateral. The only person that's really collateral damage is Walt Jr. and Holly, right? And Hank's wife.
Yeah.
Everybody else is involved.
Yeah, so maybe he wouldn't kill them, but he would.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think back to the scene. There was the scene when was when Walter went over to his house, Gus's house, and they had a meal. There were kid toys in his house. That never got explained, right? Wasn't.
It was
so Gus never had kids.
Ambiance
so he just got it.
Could relate.
Yeah, he just got it to be able to show to like as a facade.
What were you saying, Kitty?
No, that it was just to get Walt comfortable.
Yeah, because they don't imply in any way that he has a family.
Mm.
No, but maybe it kind of just shows that he's got like a soft spot for kids, and so then he wouldn't do it, and he didn't. It was not his intention with Tomas, and he would have never gone after Walt's kids, and it was just a manipulative threat. I don't know. Seems like we're we're one vote from Tom that Gus would do it, one vote from Katie that Gus would do it, one vote from Blue that he would.
So one other thing I will say is Gus is super calculated, and he kills Walt's family. That's not going to make Walt's going to freak out. He's going to be erratic. He's going to be unpredictable. That's not going to solve anything.
I didn't say he's gonna kill him. I said
No.
But
Right, I'm just
torture them.
Yeah,
Right,
I said
I'm not commenting on your answer, Blue. I'm saying, thinking out loud, like if he kills his family, if you think Walt's going to step, okay, now I'll step away. You're out of touch with the show.
Yeah, he will not step
You know
away.
what I mean?
He will go.
No, he
nuclear.
will freak out.
Yeah.
It'll be, that's. I think Gus is calculated enough to have thought of that, and I think there's zero chance he doesn't. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure that he would have never done it.
And I don't completely disagree with you, Blue, that he would kidnap the family, but he'd keep them safe and fed. I don't think he would torture them.
Yeah, no.
But I think he would. I think he would leverage
he would torture Walt mentally by kidnapping his family. That's what I meant. Like, staying close to his family and just, keeping an eye on him by
But
that's a lot of work just to.
Yeah, and
just to get the.
Like when you just want him dead, you just want him gone. You want him out of the
yeah,
and then
and
back
also
to Tom's
it
point, it's just going to
introduces
enrage
too
him.
much. Yeah, and if he kidnaps him and just keeps him as leverage, there's too much that can go wrong. Now the DEA can get involved. Skylar's family, where's she at?
Yeah.
Like, no, then the authorities are involved and Gus is on their radar. There's no, I don't think that happens.
It sounds like it's 4 votes for team no, that we don't think Gus would kill the family.
Yeah.
There's your answer,
Blue's
Derek.
got a little bit of a gray that he would go ahead and leverage them, but none of us seem to think that
And
he
that
would.
is how he
No,
got
wouldn't
Jesse
kill
to
them. I
do
don't think so.
what he did.
That's how he got Jesse
Yeah.
to do what he did.
So no, that's the answer. We don't think that. We don't think that Gus would have killed Walt's family.
Good.
Bam.
There's our consensus. We can have an extra chunk of table of contents. So you can have pre-recording shenanigans.
I'm
like the
gonna
intro, and then
name
you
it-
can name it Derek's question,
I am exactly going to do that.
and then we go to reaction.
Before the power goes out.
I know,
Okay,
right?
here we go. I'm ready.
All right.
Blue, you ready with yours?
Yes, I am focused.
Good.
All right.
On trash time. 3, 2, 1. Trash time.
Honey mustard?
Ha! It was honey mustard. Yes.
Dieses unser süßeres Rezept für den amerikanischen Mittleren Westen.
It's the German company that Gus was working with.
Und
Madrigal?
Ketchup.
Oh, it's the name of the episode.
Yeah. Electromotive?
Oh, they're taking the sign down.
Is he gonna end himself?
That's what it seems there. He's doing something's good. Definitely doing something.
The level of sweatiness is telling me.
He just ate like 14 tater tots.
It's true.
Sind Sie da drin?
There's a lot of sodium for him at that age.
Es
He's
tut
gonna
mir leid,
shock
Chef.
himself.
Diese Männer, die sind wirklich sehr beharrlich. Herr Schuler,
Herr Schuler, ich bin Kriminalkommissar Kunst. Ich muss mit Ihnen sprechen. Würden Sie bitte aus der Toilette heraustreten? Herr Schuler, öffnen Sie diese Tür. Sofort, Herr Schuler.
In the mouth.
Öffnen Sie! Herr Schuler!
Causing him to bite down on it.
Is that a low flow toilet?
I thought his head was gonna explode. I closed my eyes. I don't know why I thought his head was gonna explode. That's so, like, not logical. So.
Doesn't it make sense that it wound up in the lab? I thought about that a lot, but I just don't see how. Well, look, you had the pack in your pocket,
In the
of
salt.
your jacket, right? And your jacket was in your locker, so maybe this.
No.
It's thoroughly.
He's trying to make a fake one.
Look, it's
so he
not
can
in my
plan it.
house. It's not in my car. And the more I think about it, there's no
So
way
that
it fell
he'll
out in my
stop
locker. And I
worrying
keep
about
thinking
it.
somebody's gonna find.
And now we get a musical research montage.
I have a new theory.
Oh boy. That's quick.
I hope it's water heater-esque. Just gotta make sure Jesse's the one who finds it. It's in the Roomba. He put it in the Roomba.
Oh, are you serious?
Is it still intact?
You don't want to get high blood pressure. Gotta be careful.
No worries. Let me get rid of this.
Oh, Jesse's acting here is so good again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Dude, fuck Walt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost shot you.
Oh my god.
No, I almost killed you all because.
It's just a misunderstanding. that's all.
No. I don't know what's wrong with me, Mr. White. I don't know how I could be so stupid.
Stop that now. Come on. Come on.
I'm so sorry.
You fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Go forward where?
Oh, God. I really hope Jesse kills him.
Partnership in what?
Well, we figure we're gonna start cooking again. You know, we figure why not?
He got him
There's
fucking
no
back
denying
in.
the popularity of our product.
Mike ain't buying it,
There's a
man.
market to be filled.
I hope.
Currently, no one to fill it.
Thanks, but no thanks.
You are trouble.
I'm sorry the kid here doesn't see it, but I sure as hell do. You are a time bomb. Tick, tick, ticking. And I have no intention of being around for the boom.
Well, sleep on it. Maybe you'll reconsider. In the meantime, we're pressing on.
Okay. I like how he lives so modestly. He's clearly got a whole bunch of money. Put all the pictures
Hey,
from
it's
his
upstairs.
granddaughter, I assume it was.
Any help? Yeah, well, I don't.
Well, it looked like they lived in a really nice place.
Outstanding. Yeah.
I remember that scene with
Exactly
the
when a
balloons.
marathon's here, you know. Yeah, well, one
Look at Hank with no cane or anything.
Proud of you, brother.
Okay.
How many crowds we got? Enough to invade Poland. Came in their own G5, just like Oprah has. G5, yeah. Is that one where the wings go up like that? Yeah, I think they all do that. They all do that? Anyway, we got 2 U.S. attorneys in the house. Big doings. Your name keeps coming up.
Yeah. Hey, give me a hand.
It's absolutely amazing what one little handy can do for your
in
chili.
1992. Almost single-handedly, he grew our little restaurant.
I still think he's in on it.
I've watched too many 80s action movies.
No shit.
Right in front of me. Right under my nose.
Ha.
Uh-oh.
Walt. Ah.
Uh-oh.
What's this?
A list of 11 names.
Okay.
You know them all.
I do.
Those 11 men, and I think you know this, Mike. Those 11 could sink us. You and me both.
Where are we going with this, Lydia?
No. All it's gonna take is 2 or 3. Or even 1, but there's always a weak link somewhere, but they're gonna talk. At least one of them's gonna talk about you, about me. And that is all it's gonna take. These are the 11 I know of. But I'd love your input.
You want me to kill every man on that list?
That's a leap, what you just...
Sure.
No, I didn't say that. But if you think that'd be wise.
You're very upset, which I'm going to factor into my response here. These are my guys, and they are solid. Understand?
What about Chow at the warehouse? Didn't one time you have to shoot him through the hand?
Think that didn't stick in his memory? Now, I don't know what kind of movies you've been watching, but here in the real world, we don't kill 11 people as some kind of prophylactic measure. Look at me and say you understand.
I understand.
I will.
Just clean up your dishes, Walter Jr.
Right?
Hey, you too.
Rinse them in the sink, put them in the dishwasher.
How you holding up?
Looks so
okay.
good.
You know, they talk to me.
You can't smoke in here, Chow. Forget your handcuffs? I'm confused. Am I under arrest here or am I not? Agents, do you have any more questions for me? Because you've gotten me very stirred up with all these false accusations. If I'm not under arrest, I'd prefer to leave.
And I suppose we could talk about the $2 million in your granddaughter's name. Yeah, it seems Fring had all these secret offshore accounts that he would deposit money into, like, well, an even dozen of them. 10 years old and just cute as a button. Yeah. $2 million and change we found on deposit for her, way more than anybody else.
I don't know anything about any money. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh.
In town is trickier. I mean, you got a lot more of your prying eyes.
If Gus can manage it, then so can we.
Oh, so fucking cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Say a guy wins the lottery. $10 million. Very next day, what's the one thing he does not do? He does not go buy another lottery ticket, right? He counts his lucky stars and he sails off into the sunset, which seems to me, in all due respect, some advice you two might take.
What lottery did I win exactly?
Hey, you're
alive?
As far as I'm concerned, that's the Irish sweepstakes.
I'm alive. And I'm broke. Counting the money that I owe Jesse, I'm about 40 grand in the hole.
The money account just goes ahead and helps towards the argument that Gus would not have done it.
The DEA, they called me to come back. Say they want to talk more.
I'm sure they do. Did you call your lawyer?
Yeah, but Mike, the DEA take all my money.
All right. You give me 2 hours.
Ooh. Who's that? Just gonna lose his other ear.
It's too early in the season. It's too early in the season. It's too early in the season. This isn't gonna happen. He's gonna be fine. He's so
He's
smart.
behind him.
So
I'd like you to drop your gun where you stand.
If you can't see, Chow's dead.
Oh yeah, look at the brain matter on the back.
Oh God, yeah.
His head.
Yep, there
How
it
much
is.
was she gonna pay?
How much did who pay you? What did he
How
say?
much was she gonna pay?
10,000 a name.
Lydia.
Is it the person he met with?
Down the list.
Yeah.
Just Chow. But I figured those feds, they took it all, man.
I know. Are you ready?
This is my...
Yep. The question is, who's his son or daughter that is the parent?
Whose son or daughter?
Mike's.
Mm-hmm.
So it's his granddaughter.
Yeah, his daughter.
Yeah.
Who's his daughter?
I don't know. I've only seen her once, I think.
Oh, it's the person he met with, yeah.
A whole lot, didn't she?
2 good men died because of you.
Don't shoot me in the face. Please. I don't want my daughter seeing me like that.
Nobody's gonna find you, Lydia.
Wait, what? No. She has to find me.
Lower your voice.
She has to find me. She has to find me.
Do you want your 5-year-old daughter stumbling across your dead body?
I can't just disappear. She has to know I didn't leave her. She has to know that.
Keep your voice down.
I don't care what you do. I'll scream and I'll keep screaming. My daughter's not thinking I abandoned her.
Shut up. And calm down.
I don't care. You have to promise. You have to promise me.
He's not gonna do it. Kids.
Can you still get your hands on methylamine?
Ha! He made his decision.
Methylamine, Lydia. Can you still get it?
Maybe.
He's in the same boat as the other people. All
Why?
his money's gone.
You still plan to move forward? Yes, we do. I've reconsidered. I'm in. Good.
Oh yeah, talking about murdered people, that's really gonna get her in the mood, bro.
There's no better reason than family.
Oh, she's fucking terrified.
Ah.
Wow. I like where this is going.
You do?
Very much. I like. So, they had the boardroom meeting and they had the guy there that was like, I'm going to go ahead and fully cooperate. And I think this one guy was the only one. But if there are others, we'll get him. And clearly, Lydia is somebody else.
Yeah, in the company.
And all of this is going to become, like you said, who was that? The chat? Is this like a freaking, it's not just America and Germany. Is this like a huge, like, international?
No, it's pretty much just, well, I mean, they don't really go into detail, but yeah, Magical is in Germany, and that's the big company that all these different branches of restaurants fall under, one of which
That
was
makes sense to
Los
me now.
Pollos Hermanos. And they don't say, this isn't spoilers, they don't say if any of those other restaurants were shipping or distributing the meth, but I'm pretty sure it's just known that it was only Los Pollos Hermanos.
Right, and I bet Lydia is the one who was like the head of that franchise or something like that. Like she was the one managing that department, that chunk of the company.
I know Lydia's role, and you will find out.
Yes, I know.
Well, she really wants everybody dead.
Yeah, and she wanted to
She's
kill Mike
panicking.
too. She sat there. They did he. I don't know what their previous relationship is. I guess we'll find out some more. We'll get some more context. But he was like, "Just chill. I got this." She didn't believe him, and now he said 2 good men are dead, and he feels like he could have saved them.
Yeah, Mike did not want. Obviously, he didn't have any control over Chow getting shot by that guy, but like these are his guys, and he doesn't want to kill him, you know.
Yeah.
But he had to, and he feels like Lydia's responsible for that.
Huh. But now he's working with her because now he's gonna get the.
Yeah, his hands are tied. I mean, he's in the same exact spot. He was going to tell Walt to go fuck himself until Hank mentioned all the money for his granddaughter that is now no longer there, and so now like he has nothing. He has nothing.
So he knew about the money for his granddaughter.
Oh yeah, he absolutely knew about the money. Yeah, you could tell when they tell him that money's gone, and he walks out of that office and he grits his teeth. Yeah, he knew.
Yeah, I
no question.
misread that face. I definitely saw it.
I thought it was more
Yeah,
anger
he
towards
was-
Gus doing that, and now that being a loophole.
No. Yeah, no, trust me, he knew. And yeah, he's not happy with the situation.
So then. So
Do we get more context about his daughter or his granddaughter?
Okay, so
Well, don't spoil anything. But
No.
just yes or no question.
no, just shut up for a second. Okay, so no, you don't really in this, but you will in Better Call Saul because Mike is.
Oh,
in Better
okay.
Call Saul.
All right, good.
So it's not a spoiler. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but Mike is in Better Call Saul. And a lot of those questions are answered.
Yeah, I don't know. This can go so many different ways. I don't even feel like I can really like make a good prediction at this point. I'm really hoping that Jesse kills Walt. After that scene where like Jesse like broke down and like he was really like worried,
Vulnerable.
you know, very extremely vulnerable. And like then all of a sudden he's just like it was my fuck up like it always is. And it was not. And like he was
Walt's
right,
back there
and Walt's
massaging his
Walt's
shoulders,
just like,
you
it's
piece of
okay,
shit."
bro. Like, don't worry. And like, you are the absolute fucking piece of shit. And
Yeah, disgusting.
Jesse is just there, like, doubting himself. Like, oh, how could I have felt
Yeah, like,
been so
why can't
wrong
I
about you,
not
Mr.
fuck
White?
up?
And it's like, it takes a really fucked up type of person to be in that situation and to maintain like that type of character that like, oh, it's no problem. Like you something fucking wrong with you. Like he's evil.
Yeah.
He's evil.
Yeah,
I don't know how like people can just like be like love Walter White. He's fucking evil. He's such a terrible person. Yeah.
Facts.
He's
For sure.
bad. And Gus is what though, even though he's, I don't know. I'm not so sure. After that discussion, I've had a lot more different thoughts now about Gus. I mean, it's been building that way ever since we saw the scene where I always forget his name. What's his partner's name?
Tyrese?
No, the partner who gets shot in the pool.
Gets shot.
Sam?
Oh, Don Eladio? Wait, who?
His Gus's freaking partner.
Sam?
Who made Pollo Serranos.
Max. Oh, Max, not Sam.
Ever since that happened,
Sam.
I've started to feel as though Gus is not such a bad person. I don't know.
Well, and also it's like you think Gus is garbage, and then as Walter grows and is like how horrible he is, it's like, okay, like there's a bigger gap between what you think is horrible and what Gus is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like as the seasons went on, you got more confirmation that Gus wasn't as bad as you think, and more confirmation that Walt is like the worst motherfucker on the planet. Like really, I mean, if you think about it, I know. Look, I get it, Gus. Like he's a drug dealer. Like there's gonna be people in the comments that are like, you saying Gus is a good person? Like I get it. It's a show, but like seriously, like what did Gus do that was terrible?
He sold drugs.
No, besides that, besides the whole synopsis of the show. I mean, what did he do? He threatened to kill Walt's family, but what has he done that was terrible?
I think it was Katie who framed it way back, a couple of seasons ago or whatever, that was like, it is just kind of like the dichotomy of humanity. I mean, it sounds like too smart. Like, there's just like the black and it's like the gray areas.
It sounds too smart for me to have said.
No, but you were like, it's just kind of like the like. No, it sounds like that is absolutely not what I said. Not at all.
Get out the crayons.
Now you've just now my thoughts interrupted, and I can't remember what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that like Katie's it is.
Like, how do you like it?
You're trying to go ahead and witness like people. Like people, like they're not always so good, and they're not always so bad. They're not so black and white. There's a lot of gray. Like there's a lot of nuance there, and I'm pretty sure that's what you said, Katie. Back like we're just kind of like reality TV show without the fucking over the top shit. Like you're just witnessing. You can watch bad people and evil people and still be able to relate to things that they do. You can watch good people and look at them and be like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of nuance. And like you're just witnessing actual characters, like people in their situations. I don't know if that makes sense. Probably doesn't.
Well, I think in a lot of the characters' cases here, it's that we're all one step away from stepping down the villain's path, and people will respond to bad things that happen to them. I think, like with Gus, although with Gus, I feel like he shut down, as in like, he made, in my mind, the most selfless choice. Like, if I'm going to continue on in this business, I really can't have friends. I can't have family. He learned that from Max. Like, I can't have these things because in this world, those people can get killed or used as leverage or whatever. And so I think he made an incredibly selfless decision. But then here you go with Walt, who will put anybody and everybody in harm's way to get what he wants. Like if I knew that I was the only person who was standing in between the brutal murders of my family, right? Or having to personally, or maybe he didn't personally, but I have to poison an innocent child. And I know I'm the common denominator. I know Gus just wants me gone. And then neither of those situations need to happen. Like if I'm just gone out of the picture, I know what I would do. I'd either throw myself at Gus's feet and be like, kill me. I can't let either of, like, do you know I was just about to poison a child? Like that's just outside of my capabilities. Like I'm done. I lost.
Yeah.
And as the last season ended, it was Walt saying I won. And as much as he wants to validate it that it's for his family, and the same with Mike, like as much as you want to validate it and say it's for your family, and Lydia now too, as much as you want to validate it and say that it's for your family, all you are doing is putting them in even more danger when you are the one who did wrong. Your granddaughter didn't do anything wrong. As far as we know right now, Mike's daughter didn't do anything wrong. Lydia's daughter didn't do anything wrong. Well, but these are the people who are going to be impacted by it. And you guys just, instead of stopping and going to the police, being like, yep, I'm done, or taking yourself out of the equation, no, you will continue putting these people at risk and in danger because you think you're doing the right thing. It's every single character right now. The only person who is questioning it right now is Skylar. So
she seems terrified. She wants out. Like she really wanted out at the start, and then she got in, and now I think like she really, really wants out. And I was like, I should have just gone.
No, because you're being selfish. Look at how everybody is dropping like flies. Everyone. And kid, nobody really knows right now about Brock, but like we know as the viewer how many kids have died so far, how many people have died, how many people just have gotten hit by cars. Like everybody is in danger when this is the life you lead. And yet here they are again, slipping all down the path of, well, my granddaughter, oh, my daughter, my this, my that, instead of paying the piper. And realizing that you've been doing all of these things for how many people have died, how many things have you done that was so dangerous and put people's lives at risk and just downright illegal. But yet it's never an option to be like, I'm done and turn yourself in. Like, why is that not an option? You're a criminal. But it's not for these people. Yeah. But then in order to continue watching the show, obviously they all have their reasons. Like they know they can... Well, right now it just seems just simply about money. What other reason is there?
Well, if Mike
for them
turns
to keep selling meth.
Well, I like if they turn themselves in, then they are no longer they have no decision or control or to be able to help the people they care about. Like if they're just out of the picture, like in prison.
Yeah, but then it's over. It's over. So then I think that's giving, like, it's that same self-importance. Like, I need to be around to protect them and provide for them and all that. But like, I don't have a grandfather who sells meth, putting money in an account for me, and I'm doing okay. Like it doesn't necessarily need to be in that, and you know exactly what happens, and yet here you go, rolling right back into it.
Complex or something.
Yeah, like I need yes.
Like you can't,
like a god
really
come.
It's really selfish that you want to be the savior. You want to be seen as the savior
when you're the one who has been putting them in danger this whole time.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. That's a good point.
And where like Mike could certainly get gainful employment and support his granddaughter.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be. They don't do. Why do they need millions of dollars?
But it's all.
But yet they're all selfish.
But I don't even think it's selfish. I think it's just, I don't know if this is a good correlation, but when my dad was sick, like we all, like, just it was nonstop, doctor's appointments, hospital, this, that, And then when he passed, it was just so quiet. None of us really knew what to do with ourselves, And then you start like... And maybe it's kind of the same thing. Everything has just been so crazy and so whirlwind that maybe the option of just not doing it has been so outside of their realm of like thinking that it didn't even occur to them to stop. That it was just like, I don't even want to say they're making like
it's all they know.
Yeah.
To fill the void that's now there.
Yeah, because they don't know how to do anything else at this point.
It's like people who are in prison for a really long time, and then all of a sudden they're released, and they just like don't know what to do.
Like obviously not getting into drugs, or at least if I ever got into selling drugs and then got out of it, I don't think I'd be like, let me get right back in there. Like I just watched all these people like, but I'm not at their level. So then, like, obviously, like, I think it just goes to show just how much of their personality is, like, tied into this. Like, this is who they are.
Is it like addiction, maybe?
It's gotta be. I mean, it's probably different for each of them, but Mike is the most confusing. Like, Walt has a God complex. Walt is a lost cause. He poisoned a child and then did what he did to Jesse after. The same thing he did with Jane. Like, I can't wait for Jesse to figure this out. No. Let me rephrase. I'm not excited for Jesse to find out because this is going to absolutely destroy him.
Wait for Walt's demise.
But like, that's what Walt deserves. The only thing is, though, and it's not really a prediction, they always do this, and I don't know which way they're going to go. Either it's going to have nothing to do, or it's going to be exactly how it goes down. But I thought the scene in the beginning with the guy with the AED, and then it was, he was at the end of the line. Like, obviously he knew what the protocol was. Like, he saw the police in there. He heard what happened. And maybe that whole test tasting thing was that maybe like like what they do for people who are on death row. You get like your last meal. Was that like him like having hit because he knew what was going on and he knew that's what he had to do? Like,
he was the scientist.
He was
like,
like
tater tots with your best sauces, bro.
Sweaty. I don't know, like, but like it did seem like a last meal to me after when he like it was just the entire time it seemed like he knew what needed to be done. That wasn't like a spur of the moment desperation. Like, that was like he resigned himself to knowing like this is what we have to do. So it'll be interesting. I wonder, like, if...
Are you thinking that's foreshadowing for other characters?
Well,
when
the ricin next to the bed of Walt.
In the wall socket.
Yeah, but easy access for him.
If you have a flathead.
Laying in bed. Well, he's got a nightstand right there.
Hopefully.
It is easy access.
Like, you reach in there and you're like, I need a flathead. You're going to find a Phillips head.
So now I'm wondering, but it probably not. I mean, it wouldn't be as satisfying as Jesse having his moment with Walt and, but I don't know, that just the way how that happened. And then a few minutes later, he's putting, like, I wonder if that AED was put there. Like, specifically in that spot or whatever, or like that was the plan he knew. Like, that's what he was going to do. I don't know.
Yeah, do they normally keep AEDs in bathrooms?
They do. But no, he got it out of the hallway. But like, it's normal for those things to be there.
The bathroom.
It's completely normal. It wouldn't be out, like, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for that to be there. But I'm just wondering if it was like, that was the plan. Like, that wasn't him just quickly thinking. I think he knew
where
like
it was
this
located,
was pre-planned out.
I can grab this and go into the bathroom.
But then where did Gus sit in all of this? And did I miss something with the board meeting in the beginning? Like, do they go into that anymore? Like, obviously we're going to hear from Lydia more. So like
you'll find out more about Lydia, but what questions do you have about the board? I can probably answer them.
Well, so they're not all in on it, or we don't know yet.
According to the president, they aren't, right? Because he said that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the president is hoping that guy that offed himself was a lone anomaly, as he put it. But if he wasn't, he wants to know about it. He was not the lone anomaly. There is
11.
And they'll go into details. Exactly. Lydia's list. There's 11 people, some of which were Mike's men, and some of which worked in magical electrical, and you will find out more about that.
Yeah, so now I'm interested. I wonder who started it. Did Gus start this all? Was Gus the one who came to that German guy and was like, I got this idea?
Did you say magical electrical?
Yeah.
Electromotive, sorry. I said electrical, but it's actually magical electromotor.
Okay.
Something like that. Anyways.
So I have this idea. I
Oh,
wonder
what, were you
whose
going
idea?
off on another branch?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Electrical?
I was like, they're an electric company who makes.
Well, okay,
fast
remember
food
that
chains?
back
Or franchises?
Yeah, remember that back when Hank was investigating. Anyways, long story short, there was a serial number for a industrial strength air purifier, and that was ordered. Written in what's his face's notebook.
Yeah, Gale. And so that's how they made the connection too.
And that was ordered through magical electromotor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I mean, they Los Pollos Hermanos is under the whatever you want to call it, the father company of magical electrical. I'm just gonna say electrical because it's easier. And they dealt with the distribution and all of that. And they contributed a lot more, which you'll learn more.
And Gus must have been like that. The head. Now I think I just answered kind of my own question, because why would everything fall apart because Gus died? Like, would the same thing happen if Lydia died? I guess we don't know.
Gus was in charge of all the product.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like there's no need for distribution if you got nothing to distribute.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Gosh, I wish I was more well versed in drug trafficking. I wouldn't be so lost right now. No, that makes perfect sense.
I've just seen the show. I'm not versed in drug dealing, people.
Yeah, we're gonna find more out about Lydia's story, but in some way, like, she got personally involved with with like Mike or Gus. Like, somehow they got connected, and like she created the cover for their distribution. Like, they have multiple franchises. They sold the signs, and so I think she ran the Los Pollos Hermanos, and they used that as a front to be able to distribute drugs, which we know. But why? Where's the connection between the German company? You know, how do they infiltrate somebody who's an executive?
Probably Lydia. She looks like one of those.
Lydia is the executive, so how do they infiltrate? How did they get to her?
Lydia is
not an executive.
A sorority sister of Mike's daughter.
So she's not an executive, but when they're sitting there, so when
deep in the
theory
vault.
She was there when they were sitting there with the authorities, right? And it looks like to me like they chose 11 people to sit there in front.
Wait, you think was Lydia there?
I thought so.
I'm looking.
I thought she was like, I would say 3 or 4 to the right of the main guy.
Oh shit, she is there. I never noticed she was there.
I told you, so she's like on the board, like she's the head of one of the franchises.
The camera even zoomed in on her, and I didn't see it. Wow. Anyways, yeah, she was definitely there, and that's interesting because he said, "I want to know if he was a lone anomaly," and the camera zoomed in on her, and I didn't even notice it. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, maybe she is an executive.
Yeah, so where's the connection? How did they go ahead and get in connection from going from the Mexican cartel with their chicken company to a German fucking engineering company that then makes fast food franchises?
Well, the guy who killed himself is what is the term? Patsy? He's going to be the patsy. There's obviously someone else who like is potentially the one who reached out to the cartel, reached out to Gus. So there's somebody else who is in that room. Probably not Lydia.
There's more that we don't know the threads that have been woven from the past.
True.
Yeah, it's only.
Hopefully we find out. I mean, they're good at like kind of explaining, but not like fully explaining. Like leaving things up to like you get the foundation, and then you can just kind of like have these discussions, and hence why I think the writing is so good, is that we can sit here for like a couple of hours and talk about one single thing, like we did at the start of the episode. Would Gus have killed the kids? And like, there's just like a plethora of backstory that you can discuss to try to come to a conclusion, but there's still like, it's not definitive.
Yeah,
that's what makes for really good writing.
And I will say this: I need you to tell me what you want me to do. So all of these things we've discussed, some of them are not answered until Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, if you ask a question, like, is it okay for me to say you'll find out in Better Call Saul?
Yes,
or should
just
I
wait.
Just say
you'll find out. Just wait when we watch.
Yeah,
Better
don't
Call
even
Saul.
say when. Just be like, you'll find out.
You'll find
So
out.
don't say Better Call Saul.
No, it's obviously. I mean, like
we're so close to the end.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You can
okay,
say
then
like
it's okay. Then we can agree it's okay.
You can say, "Well, find out this season," or "You'll find out in Better Call Saul."
Okay. As far as everything you're talking about, where the connection happens between Gus and Germany, Better Call Saul.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
cool.
Okay. So...
That's
so
awesome.
That storyline's not a big...
How Mike, how does his daughter... I mean, it's not a spoiler, so I'll just tell you.
Katie
That's
already
his
said
daughter-in-law.
it's his daughter, yeah.
It's his daughter-in-law.
Okay, so it's not his daughter, so it's his son?
Yes, so all these questions will be answered in Better Call Saul.
Okay, good. Cool.
Yeah, so...
Oh my God. No,
You're just gonna have to say you're right.
You're there's so much.
You're just gonna have to be like, all right,
job
look.
in connecting the two.
You're just gonna have to be like, we're gonna BCS it.
Anyways, dude, we are.
All right, we're like 2 hours into
an hour
fucking
and 58
recording.
minutes.
Oh my
All
God.
right. Good luck chopping this one up.
Bye.
Bye. Good night. See you next week.